What is the spiritual dream meaning of malls? That's talking about Anna Nicole Smith. You know her, born Vicki Lynn Hogan. Her life is a cautionary tale, a perfect tragic example of what happens when your entire identity gets built inside a marketplace. I mean, look at this. Born in some forgotten Texas town, drops out of high school at 14, a mom by 18. What was her way out? She decided she had to buy her way out. So she becomes a playmate, marries a billionaire. She chased that American dream down every single aisle she could find, totally convinced that belonging had a price tag. But the mall, it never delivered. Her son died, and just 5 months later, so did she. 39, dead from an overdose because she could never, ever find the exit.
So, why am I telling you this? Why does this matter? Because her story isn't just some old tabloid tragedy. It's a warning, and it's for you.
Let's get this straight. When you dream about a mall, it has nothing to do with shopping. It's about your hunger to belong, your sense of self-worth. It's about your deepest, most hidden longings. These aren't just buildings in your dreams. They are the psychological blueprints of your own value system. And make no mistake, this is not a metaphor. This is life and death, literally. If you don't figure out what your subconscious is screaming at you, you will spend your entire waking life just like Anna Nicole, wandering endless, empty corridors, looking for yourself in all the wrong places. The beliefs these dreams dig up, they're going to determine the jobs you take, the people you love, and the self-worth you either build for yourself or completely destroy.
Okay, so what is this psychological mall in your head really showing you about yourself? We can decode it in 3 key ways.
First, the mall is a social marketplace. It's a stage. It's the place you go to perform your identity, right? You go there to be seen, to feel like you fit in, to grab some status, and to try, desperately, to fill the empty spaces inside you with things from the outside.
Second, you can think of it as a Jungian shadow space. The mall in your dream reflects not just what you want, but all your fear and shame about wanting it in the first place. It's where you confront that messy, complicated relationship you have with your own ambition and desire. And finally, in terms of cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, the mall dream is literally dragging your core beliefs out into the light. These are the deep-seated, unconscious rules you have about your own value. It's the code that's running your life when you're not even looking.
So let's see if any of these sound familiar. Here's core belief number 1. I am only worthy if I have the right things. My value is totally conditional. It depends on the right car, the right clothes, the right zip code.
Or how about this one? Core belief number 2. I belong only if I look the part. Belonging isn't just a given. Nope. It's something I have to earn every single day by fitting into an image that the world has decided is acceptable.
And then there's the big one. Core belief number 3. If I could just get that one thing, that promotion, that partner, that number on the scale, I would finally feel okay. The anxiety would just stop. Sound familiar? So if this dream is so critical, why do we ignore it? It's simple, because it seems so mundane, so boring. You'll spend hours analyzing a dream about flying or falling, but a dream about wandering through a department store, you just brush it off. Stop. That dismissal, that's the entire point. Your psyche is using the mundane to talk about the profound for a reason, because it knows you'll let your guard down. Brushing this dream off is a huge spiritual signal. It means your inner self is asking you a question you have been desperately avoiding. And this is the ultimate question that the dream is asking you over and over again. When all the external validation is gone, when the performance is over, when the entire marketplace of belonging shuts down for the night, do you know who you are? Anna Nicole Smith never figured it out. You have to. Part 2. All right, let's get right back into it. Because look, if you're dreaming of a mall, you need to know exactly what message your subconscious is screaming at you. See, the mall, that's just the stage. It's the details. What the mall looks like, how it feels, that's the real diagnosis. It's a precision-targeted message from deep inside you, flagging the one part of your life that needs your attention, like right now. So let's start in the first wing of this psychic mall. We're calling this one the wing of loss. This is where your dreams take you when it's time to deal with endings, with grief, with things that are just gone. So what if you're dreaming of an empty or abandoned mall? I mean, really picture this. The halls are dead silent. Every single store is pitch black. The escalators are frozen. You are totally alone. It's this ghost of a place that used to be buzzing with life. Okay, so what does this mean? This is a grief dream. We're not talking about just being a little sad here. Your subconscious is actively mourning something that used to define you, a career, a relationship, an old version of you. It's gone quiet, and this dream, well, it's the echo it left behind. So what do you do? This is a prescription, and it's not optional. 1, pinpoint what exactly you are grieving. Get specific. 2, write down 3 things you are banking on to make you feel whole that just don't exist anymore. And 3, you have to actually process this grief, because if you don't, it turns into numbness. And trust me, numbness is how you slowly fade out of your own life. Okay, next scenario. What about dreaming of a mall that's actively closing down? You can hear the metal shutters crashing down all around you. There's that creepy, disembodied voice on the loudspeaker. The mall is now closing. Everything's shutting down, and you're still stuck inside. The diagnosis here is transition and resistance. A chapter in your life is slamming shut, but some part of you is digging in its heels. You're fighting it. You're stalling out inside a building that's already finished, that has nothing left to offer you. All right, here's your prescription, your way out. First, you have to name the transition you're resisting. Say it out loud. Give it a name. Second, you have to take just one, small action today to move into that new chapter. I'm not kidding. Not tomorrow, today. Let's talk about a different one. Dreaming you're working in the mall. You're stuck behind a counter, right? You're ringing people up, serving them, just watching the whole world pass by, but you're not going anywhere. You're completely stationary. This one's a wake-up call. It's a dream of deferred living. It's a giant, flashing sign that all your energy, all your time, your actual gifts are being poured into building someone else's vision, and your own, it's just sitting there, completely on hold. Okay, let's keep moving. We're now entering the next part of the mall, the wing of self. And this is where things get really personal. This is all about your identity, your sense of worth, who you really are when you strip away all the labels. So what about dreaming you're lost in a mall? You know the feeling. You cannot find an exit. Every single hallway just loops back into another one. And there's that cold panic rising in your chest when you realize you are completely, terrifyingly lost. Okay, you need to listen very carefully to this one. This is one of the most critical mall dreams you can possibly have. The diagnosis is identity fragmentation. It means you've spent so long playing your roles, the good partner, the good parent, the good employee, that you've literally lost the map back to your own true self. How about this one? Dreaming of stores where you can't afford anything? Everything you've ever wanted is right there, just on the other side of the glass. You can see it, you can want it, but you just can't have it. It's like there's an invisible wall between you and all the good things. And let me be super clear, this dream has zero to do with money. It's about worthiness. It's digging up a really deep core belief, probably planted way back in your childhood, that says good things are for other people, not for you. And the only way to fight this lie, you have to become a detective and gather cold, hard evidence that proves it wrong. You have to actively hunt for proof of your own value. What if you dream of a mall from your childhood? Suddenly, you're back there. The nostalgia is so real, you can almost smell the Cinnabon. Your subconscious isn't just taking you on a trip down memory lane. It's taking you back to the scene of the crime, the place where your original programming was installed. What's happening here is that your psyche is telling you it's time for an audit. You have to go back and examine all those messages you inherited about who you should be and what you should want. Money doesn't grow on trees. People like us don't get things like that. It's time to decide if those desires are actually yours, or if you're just running on old, outdated software. Okay, we're going deeper. We're now in the wing of feeling. And this is where your mall dream starts to expose the emotions you've been pushing down and all the parts of yourself you've been hiding away. So what if you dream that the mall is flooding or completely underwater? You see the water creeping up from the floors, spilling into the stores. In dreams, water almost always equals emotion. And this is a 5-alarm fire drill for being emotionally overwhelmed. The diagnosis is repressed emotion. That public face you put on every day, the smile that's hiding exhaustion, the calm that's hiding pure rage, it's being drowned from the inside out. So what's the fix? You have to tell one trusted person one true thing you're feeling. I'm telling you, this isn't about being weak, this is about survival. All right, another one. Dreaming of a dark, dangerous mall. The lights are flickering out, or maybe it's just total darkness. You get that feeling in the pit of your stomach that you're being followed. There's a threat in the air, and it feels very, very real. But here's the twist. That thing that's chasing you, it's not some monster, it's you. It's your ambition, it's your anger, it's that raw, wild desire you've been told is too much or not nice. This is about shadow integration, and the prescription is simple. You have to name the part of yourself you're afraid to own. Because if you don't claim her, she will hunt you in your sleep forever.
And that brings us to the final section, the most intense wing of the psychic mall. Welcome to the wing of extremes. This is the place where a total breakdown and a massive breakthrough look exactly the same.
So, what happens when you dream the mall is literally collapsing or on fire? The whole structure is coming down. There's fire, smoke, the sound of shattering glass. It's absolute chaos. This is, without a doubt, the most urgent mall dream you can have.
But you have to hear me on this. This is not a nightmare. It's a breakthrough. Your subconscious is taking a wrecking ball to the false self you've built, the identity that isn't really you. And yeah, it is absolutely terrifying, because real transformation is. But this destruction, it's the first essential step to actually building an authentic life.
So after all of this, after walking through the wing of loss, the wing of self, a feeling of extremes, it all comes down to one thing. Every single one of these dreams, no matter how different they seem, is pushing you toward one single powerful question. And that question is this: who are you when you are not performing for the marketplace? Who are you when you're not trying to be the perfect employee, the perfect partner, the perfect child? Your psyche will not stop asking you this. Your dreams won't stop, your life won't stop, and the only way out is through. The only way through is to find your answer. Part 3. Okay, let's get one thing straight. Understanding this dream, analyzing it, all of that is completely useless unless it actually lands in your body and changes how you live your life today. Because your life isn't happening in the dream. It's happening right now, between the moment you wake up and the moment you go to sleep. So, what we're about to go through, this isn't some abstract theory. It's a toolkit. These are actual practical steps you can use the second this is over to start mapping your inner world and then radically change your outer one. All right, so for anyone who processes things by writing them down, this is your first tool. Listen up. The moment you wake up from that dream, the moment, before you touch your phone, before you make coffee, you grab a journal and you write down 3 things: what the mall looked like, how you felt, and what you were searching for. You do this for 21 days. Then you go back and read it all. And you're not looking for dream symbols, okay? You are hunting for the core narrative, the story your subconscious is running on a loop, the one that is literally shaping your reality without your permission. And look, this is why it's so urgent. Because if you don't name that narrative, it will name you. It's going to choose your relationships for you. It's going to limit your opportunities. It's going to shrink your entire life, and you won't even see it happening. You have to get ahead of it. You have to write it down before it writes your future for you. Okay. Next tool, I want you to take a blank page and draw a line right down the middle. On the left side, you're going to write what I think I want. This is your mall list, right? The easy stuff. But on the right side, you're going to write what I actually need to feel at peace. And this side is way harder. We're talking about things like safety, genuine rest, being loved without having to perform for it. That gap, the space between what you think you want and what you actually need, that's the engine. That is literally what is generating the mall dream night after night. And I need you to understand, this is not just some cute self-help exercise. This is about spiritual survival. Because when you spend your entire life force, building up that left column, while the right column starves, that's a kind of slow death. It just is. You absolutely cannot afford to ignore this inventory. Okay, this one's for the perfectionist out there. You know who you are. I want you to take one of those toxic beliefs that the dream keeps throwing at you. Write it down, something like, I'm only valuable if. You fill in the blank. Then you're going to challenge it, like a lawyer. Find all the evidence for it. Then find all the evidence against it. Now reframe it. What would you say to your best friend if she came to you with that belief? You'd never let her believe that, right? So now you write a new, more balanced belief for yourself. And you have to do this. You have to do it consistently because these beliefs, they're like deep, deep programming. But here's the thing. Every single time you challenge one, you loosen its chain just a little bit.
If you leave them unchallenged, they will run your entire life on autopilot from the shadows. So you have to start. Begin now. So let's shift gears from the inner work to our outward habits, because what we do out in the world matters. And this is where we have to reframe emotional spending. Look, it is not a financial problem. It's not about budgets or willpower. It's a spiritual crisis disguised as a shopping habit. It's how we medicate longing, anxiety, and that deep down feeling of low self-worth. So here's the tool for that. It's a consumption audit. For just 1 week, that's it, 1 week, before you click buy now on anything you didn't plan to get, I want you to stop. Just pause and ask yourself, what am I really trying to fix with this purchase? The goal here isn't to stop you from buying things. The goal is to make you aware. Because let me tell you, if you don't know why you're reaching for something, then you are not the one choosing your life. Your wounds are. All right, ready for the next one? 5 days. That's it. This is a real connection fast. For 5 days straight. Every single time your hand instinctively reaches for your phone, out of boredom, anxiety, whatever, you have to stop. And instead of scrolling, you have to reach out to a real, live human being. Send a voice message, make a phone call, something with a voice, no texting. And here's why this is so damn critical. The mall in your dream. Think about it. It's a giant empty space filled with strangers. It's a loneliness metaphor. And that feeling of disconnection, it's not some personal failing. It is now classified as a public health crisis on par with smoking 15 cigarettes a day. You can't heal that by scrolling through a feed. You can only heal it with real, messy, vulnerable human contact. Okay, for anyone who's feeling brave, for those who are ready for a truly radical reset, there's the 30-day identity fast. Here's what you do. You pick one external marker of your identity, something you really lean on for your self-worth. It could be your social media, your job title, some status symbol, and you remove it for 1 month, 30 days. Now, this isn't about punishment. It's a diagnostic tool. It's for data collection. And here is the most important part. If the very thought of removing that thing for 30 days fills you with this disproportionate anxiety, that is the data point. That anxiety is the message. That feeling is the very thing the mall dream is desperately trying to get you to pay attention to. You have to sit with it. You can't distract your way out of it. This dream isn't just living up in your head. It's living in your body. It's that tension in your shoulders. It's the pit in your stomach. So here's a practice. Once a day, for just 60 seconds, that's all it takes. I want you to close your eyes, do a quick scan of your body and ask it, where am I carrying the mall today? And you don't have to fix it. You don't have to judge it. You just have to notice. Because your physical symptoms, the headaches, the exhaustion, the weird aches and pains, they are not separate from your spiritual life. They are your spiritual life speaking to you in the only language you absolutely cannot ignore. You have to start listening. You have to listen now, before your body has to turn up the volume and start screaming. And if you have a spiritual practice of any kind, this is your tool. The next time you sit down to pray or meditate, I want you to bring the dream with you. Don't try to analyze it or figure it out. Just present it. And then ask this question. What part of me needs to be seen? And then you sit in total silence for 5 full minutes, and you just listen. And this part is so key, because most of us, we use our spiritual practices to feel better, to get some relief. But the dream isn't asking you to feel better. It is demanding that you go deeper, because the freedom, the peace, the relief you are so desperately searching for in that mall, it's not on the surface. It's down in the deep, and that's where real freedom lives.
And make no mistake, the stakes here are real. They are life and death. I mean, look at someone like Anna Nicole Smith. Her entire life was a public performance of being trapped inside a mall she could never, ever leave, constantly acquiring more things, more attention, to try and fill a void that was bottomless. She died because she was never given the tools to ask a different question, to look inward instead of always looking outward.
But you have those tools now. That woman you dream of being, the one who's calm, the one who's free, the one who feels whole. She is not for sale in some store. She is already inside you. So stop window shopping her. Stop standing on the outside looking through the glass. It is time to go find her.
So it all comes down to this one question. The one the dream is going to keep asking you night after night until you finally answer it. not with words, but with your life. Take away the performance, take away the labels, take away all the consumption. Who are you when nothing is for sale?